You can bend over and lick my ass crack. For all I care. Trying to come in here and start motherfucking shit all the fucking time.
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
Did I get jumped? No. Why would I get jumped? Somebody probably showed up to the location if we wasn't there. You know, bitch. Waste your gas. I'm glad I don't gotta pay for that. Anyways, I was jumped. You got the proof? How was I jumped if there was a bunch of cars meeting somewhere? Because people there wouldn't let me get jumped. Are you dumb? I got jumped, but there was people there who probably would have jumped in if I got jumped. Come on. Because I'm sitting in my car. Stop being stupid. Let's not be dumbasses. Use your common sense. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this because some people are dumb. The comprehension skills are not there. The educational skills are not there. We know you probably didn't go to elementary school. You probably didn't even go to college, and that's okay. I dropped out of college because I couldn't afford it. So, I'm there with you. But what I wanted to talk about was one of the videos someone commented on with makeup that I did. So, here's one thing that I'm so annoyed and it bothers me. I don't pay hundreds of dollars for makeup stuff. I don't, except one time when I ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon. To me, I look at it as a business prospect. When it comes to I do makeup on live stream. If I'm doing makeup on live stream, how am I going to do makeup looks if I have no makeup? When you buy things that is for a business, technically, you could write that off as taxes. So if I'm doing makeup on live, I could say, oh, well, I needed them to do makeup on live. Let me write that off. It's an expense. It's something that I want to go into, considering the fact that I got an opportunity in my email, which I probably had to turn down because of the hate, to work with companies like NYX Cosmetics and a bunch of makeup companies, e.l.f. That would be incredible. Is it something that I was thinking of doing? No, things just happen. Someone sent me makeup. I loved it. I want to do interesting makeup looks. I want to do makeup designs. I do how people do themed makeup looks, like they do Easter eggs or something. Valentine's Day is hearts. You like themed things, and maybe I want to do that. But for people to keep talking about my, and this is not geared towards anybody that's DMing me talking about this. This was a comment that was made under my TikTok post. Like, I'm so sick and tired of people talking about what I spent my money on when that's literally pocket watching. And it's just so crazy how you pocket watch. I get you want to care about people's finances, but we're not pocket watching celebrities that are spending billions, if not millions of dollars. You've got Elon Musk, you've got the government spending like billions and billions of dollars to send a rocket ship to space, and it explodes into pieces and the fragments are falling from the sky. SpaceX, you know what I'm talking about. Like, and this is non-money, thankfully, but why are we not pocket watching that? Isn't that an unnecessary expense? Why do we need to go to space to try to colonize Mars? To try to take over Mars? You don't want to talk about those people now, do you? I am so sick and tired of people sitting here and pocket watching me. If you don't like what I'm spending my money on, please walk. Leave. I don't tell you what you spend your money on. And of course, you probably spend the last few of your dollars on DoorDash because you don't want to go out and eat. Am I going to judge you for that? Am I going to say, hey, you shouldn't have done that? Half of you guys literally make purchases rather than saving that. You don't need that lip, but you go buy it anyways. You could have put that money into the savings and built up your savings, right? Am I gonna judge you for that? No, because at the end of the day, it's not my business what you spend your money on. I'm not pocket watching people, and I would appreciate it if people didn't pocket watch me. And the only reason why I said something in my Insta story is because you thought I spent $114 on a makeup kit. You must be out of your mind. I bought both of those makeup kits, which were stolen, by the way. The Kiss makeup kit and the Betty Boop kit, when it was on sale, I actually had to wait because it was on sale. Someone told me to wait because I think I had just bought the Kiss makeup kit. They said to wait, and then what ended up happening is that I waited and it sold out, and then I ended up buying the makeup kit when it went back on sale. So I was elsewhere because I said, well, maybe I could get it elsewhere. Someone was reselling this on Mercado for like $100, and I said, there's no way I'm paying for that. It's just so crazy to me, the pocket watching, because it's just like, I'm not going to justify making that purchase unless it's a business purchase, which it is going to be a business purchase, because how else am I going to do makeup on live streams? Right now I'm not buying makeup because I can't do makeup, but when I have a place, I want to do makeup looks. I want to go live and do makeup looks. On top of that, gaming equipment. You know, there's other things I want to do. And it's just, people have to stop pocket watching people. You guys, celebrities spending their money on unnecessary shit, it's just crazy. It just doesn't make sense. You really got people out here who are struggling. And you got rich celebrities who are just tossing their money. It's nothing. But me personally, right? I'm not at that level of success, so I cannot sit here and judge and be like, hey, pocket watch. I'm not gonna pocket watch people because I don't got the time and energy for that. You shouldn't be pocket watching people. And it's weird. I don't need to be talked down from some people in my comment sections. I'm a child. What? I don't need to be talked at. I'm a child. I'm an adult with money that could never buy the things that I wanted, because when growing up when I was a kid, my parents could barely afford squat. I was thankful if I got that PS3 when it came out. I was thankful when I got that Wii. And I was lucky enough to get the PSP when it came out. Brats or Tamagotchis or Heelys, which I got a pair it was a yard sale. And it was cheap. My parents couldn't afford some of that stuff. I remember, sorry, I have that bad cough. Anyway, I remember when I told you the story before about my friend. When we got back, we had just gotten back from Walmart. She went with us, and she was upset because she really wanted my Tamagotchi. I had just bought it, and it was unopened, and my dad said give it to her. And I knew if I gave it to her, because he said, I'll buy you another one, I would never get one. That's what I believed, because I knew my parents couldn't afford it, but he really lived up to his word, and I got a new one. Because my thought process was, I was thankful. My birthday money, my Christmas money, it went to bills. My dad would say, give me the money, I need it. I couldn't get what I want with my birthday money or my Christmas money. Now that I have money to do the things that I really want to enjoy doing, content-wise, why is that such an issue for people? Because at the end of the day, right, it's so annoying sitting here pocket watching people when yourself are not as rich as Jeff Bezos, because no matter how much you give these money marketing, or this is what you could give all your financial advice all you want, America is fucked. No matter how you look at it, America is fucked. You could try to give money management advice all you want, but that's still not enough to fix the economy that is so fucked up and has nothing to do with us but the government. It has nothing to do. Why would I want Jasmine's clout? First of all, Jasmine is a horrible person that faked being missing, and all of a sudden they're hanging out with whatever her name is. I see Wyatt's girlfriend. Diamond, Jasmine, and Killa was on a live. And apparently Jasmine allowed some random person in the house that she was supposedly staying in, that you are staying somewhere, but you didn't ask the person to bring people over. You just started bringing people over. It's a whole clout chase with that group. And it's not even a clout chase. It's doing what every other influencer does online. They know that's going to generate views. Killa was the same person that said they was never gonna go back on live with Jasmine, but did. Jasmine's the same person that doxed Killa, but you're back on live. I would never go live with someone that doxed me. It's a repeated cycle. It's repeated. Why would I want to be someone who literally said that they were from Gaza? Did you forget that Jasmine literally made Gaza shirts trying to profit off of Gaza? Or are we just insane? And we're just excusing it because we think it's just some freaking skit, another character that she's playing. Did you not forget the shirts that she made calling herself the Queen of Gaza? Hello? Jasmine Chu. That's who we're talking about. Jasmine was out here literally making t-shirt designs calling themselves the Queen of Gaza. If I was that friend group, why am I hanging out with someone who's using the unaliving of children to make a profit and then think it's just some joke? That's taking it too far. Jasmine Chu is this girl who claims she was my daughter, which never was. It was a joke. I guess she thought it was funny to her. She actually messaged me one time and told me we could make loads of money if I played into it and pretended I was her mother. I said no. She lied about her mother passing away, which people seem to forget that. She went online and started talking about my situation, got dragged by another content creator who said, you have no right to speak when you came online and lied about your mother passing away. Her mom came forward and then said, I'm alive. I don't know why she said this. She acted like she got, hold on, I have a dry cough and this heat is helping. Anyways, then her mom came out and said, I don't know why she's saying that I died. I'm alive. She acted like her mom threw her out. Her mom didn't throw her out. Because someone said I wanted to be Jasmine and I wanted clout from Jasmine. That's why they mentioned it. No, I don't need to go to the doctor. I just have a dry cough. I'm not sick. I don't have a fever. I don't have anything. It's just a dry cough that won't go away. Anyways, so then Jasmine acted like her mom threw her out and portrayed being homeless to get views. She made herself homeless to get views. Why? I don't know. Somehow she went missing along the way, miraculously turned up. Well, thank God. But I think it was a whole stunt to get people back to... It was a stunt to get money, because why is it that all of a sudden you miraculously showed up and you're okay, right? And you had people believe your mom threw you out of the house. And your mom's telling you that you got a place to come back. You're doing all of these schemes and scams. Are you like someone who is literally using Social Security disability, who is literally rigging the system, who is literally doing fraud? You do know that she almost lost her disability because every income that she's making on TikTok, she needs to report it. She's scamming people out of money and she's gonna lose her disability to that. You cannot make shirts and sell it with Gaza on it and call that rage bait. I understand rage bait. You're not understanding that you need to stop giving her a fucking platform, then. If it's rage bait, then don't fucking watch her. Oh, so you're saying you're supporting her because it's rage bait? That's a poor... Hold on. Jesus Christ. Heat is the freaking heat, and it's the... So... Anyways... So, who gives a fuck if it's rage bait? You don't see me making videos about Jasmine. I'm not giving her the fucking attention. You're the one who came in my live stream saying that I'm trying to be Jasmine. You clearly don't know what the fuck rage bait is if you just said she's doing rage bait, compared me to Jasmine, and then said I'm trying to be like Jasmine. Where am I fucking rage baiting, you dirty bastard bitch? I'm so fucking sick and tired of you broke ass bastards coming in my live stream talking about want to be like, well, where's my fucking rage bait? None. I don't have to rage bait to go viral, you ugly punk ass bitch. You busted can of biscuits ass bitch. You shaped like a pussy, the letter P ass bitch. Your stank breath, goblin looking, troll hunchback ass bitch. Okay? I don't have to come online to rage bait for no fucking buddy. I am not Jasmine and Jasmine is not me. She may look like me, but she will never be me. I don't have to make shirts poking fun at the unalivement of children to fucking get views or rage bait worth of shit. Okay, you can bend over and lick my ass crack. For all I care, trying to come in here and start motherfucking shit all the fucking time. And then have the nerve to say, I don't understand rage bait. You don't understand rage bait. That would be like me targeting and attacking every single race to get views. I don't gotta do that. Ragebait is not talking about fucking Ash Trevino, because if Ragebait is talking about the fucking drama, then Ash Updates is ragebaiting, then you dumb bitch. Let's not forget all the other T pages that fucking talk about Ash Trevino. That's ragebaiting, right? If that's your logic for me talking about drama as ragebaiting, you don't understand what ragebait is. I know what ragebaiting is because it's happening right now with a white woman talking about black people are so jealous because she's wearing those Viking braids, which are not Viking braids, mind you, by the way. Take those braids out and wear the actual Viking braids. No one gives a fuck if you're wearing those braids or not. White women think wearing cultural appropriate hairstyles by black people is going to continuously piss them off. After a while, it gets boring because you do the same old goddamn rhetoric you think is going to piss off black women. And it's not. You're doing it to piss off black women and it's getting boring. Try something different. Try something new. Wearing braids in your hair is not going to make black women mad anymore. They're tired. She thinks black women are going to be outraged because she's out here rage baiting, talking about, I'm going to wear the braids if I want to because I'm wearing Viking braids. Those are not Viking braids, you dense bitch. Wear the actual Viking braids and shut the fuck up. Wow, do something better. Your whole personality is trying to piss off black people and it's weird. This is not crashing out. I'm not crashing out. No one gives a fuck. Why would I crash out over a Jasmine who fakes? If I was to do that, it would not be called ragebait. If I was to say, hey, I went missing, you remember what's her name? That literally pretended to go missing, that black woman, right? It's so crazy. Why are we chalking that up to ragebait? Why are we chalking that up to ragebait? Someone explained to me how if you faked unaliving, how that's ragebaiting. Enough is enough. We gotta stop excusing people's behaviors. You let Jasmine run around and be a fucking menace too long, and man, making money off of ragebait is crazy. And then justifying it by saying, well, it's ragebait, you don't understand. I've literally seen ragebait with my fucking own eyes. Me and Jasmine are two totally different people. If I'm talking about someone, it's not ragebait. Learn the difference. There are so many T pages that make money. So if people are talking about me and making all these YouTube videos, why don't you go tell them they're rage baiting? You're not. Because you know rage bait. Use your common sense. Imagine walking around, literally portraying yourself as a smelly ass person and then going out to eat at a restaurant. You're literally walking around, right? Telling people you haven't showered in weeks. Because you think that's what's going to get you views and it's funny. It's not funny. Not when people start thinking you smell in real life. That ain't going to be funny. No one's going to be laughing. You're the only person that's going to be laughing. And you're going to be like, I'm not smelly. It was a joke. Don't make jokes you don't like. Crazy. Thank you for the gifts. It's insane like how people want to be people. My content is totally different than other people's content, right? I don't have to do, like, to see someone's rage baiting and then say I'm to be like them is crazy. I'm homeless because I don't have a choice, not because I made myself homeless. A lot of people don't have that choice. Literally make it seem like people have choices is crazy. Well, I'm not repeating that because TikTok will get my live stream ticket. I'm just gonna block that username. Thank you for the gift points. Like, I get so annoyed because trying to compare me to other people is annoying. How is that a choice when you can't afford to live anywhere? And especially because I could have paid rent at a house with utilities. The issue being is if I rent somewheres, trolls are just gonna call the place and then cause me to get kicked out. I'm not ruining my renting history, which I have none. No, nothing for some trolls, okay? I'm gonna be a first-time home buyer. So if I'm buying the house, right, and I'm a first-time home buyer, I'm not trying to ruin my record for nobody on the internet. I have to build up my credit because I have no credit. Crazy, right? Which is a good thing. I don't have good or bad credit. That's a good thing. I can build up my credit. I don't want my life to go a certain way because people want me to have my life ruined. You're not ruining my life. I'm taking my life back. Why people think that I'm just gonna go somewhere and then they're gonna put an eviction on my name, and then I'm the one that's gonna be facing that. No one else's name is going on the lease. Everybody else's names are ruined. Well, actually, none of their names are ruined. But I'm not gonna have them ruin their names as well for some people on the internet. It's not happening. Hello.
Hey, Ronald.
Hey. Okay, we're back, guys. I didn't mute it for a second. But the thing about it is, you're saying no credit is bad. No, actually, it's not bad, because if I had bad credit, that would be worse, because then I would have to repair my credit. I don't have no credit that I have to repair. So all I have to do is use my bills to build my credit. But even then, I don't need credit to buy a house, right? I'm not ruining my life because of other people. I gotta get this house. I'm not gonna rent anywhere and then have to be like, oh, let me pack up all this stuff and move, because the office is like, well, they're harassing us. No, I am tired of renting too. I do not want to be stuck under a property's thumb. I'm tired of it. You guys have to start thinking about buying things, because in the future, when rent gets too high, what are you gonna do when you can't pay your rent? Your rent may be fine now, but when you get new management or when something happens with the economy, the rent's gonna get jacked up. Prices are gonna get jacked up. Why would you want to be stuck renting for the rest of your life? Add all of the rent that you pay for the whole year. Let's say you pay $810 times 12 months. Add up the amount of rent that you pay every month for the 12 months, which is a year. Now add that up for 2 years. Add that up for 3 years. The amount of money you're paying for rent, you could have literally saved all that money and bought a house. You could have done a lot more with that rather than just paying rent every month. It adds up. And especially if you're paying your utilities, why would you want to continuously keep dishing money into something you're not owning? A house costs from anywhere from $400,000, it could go upwards to $1 million. If you think that I think houses are on the low end, there have been some pretty good houses in a price range that I can afford. Mind you, I'm gonna have hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to afford a house, not just like 10K. Let's be for real, because you have to have, if someone's bidding on it, because they auction houses, if someone is interested in the same house you are, they have to, it goes to the highest bidder, right? And you typically don't want to bid over the price of the house, right? What they're selling it for. Typically a little bit over, because then you're insured you may get the house. You don't want to overbid on a house. Also, you have to have the at the sell price. You have to have, I just had it and it slipped my mind. Bro, I can't even remember what it was. You have to have the down payment on the house. That's what you gotta have to buy a house. Houses are not cheap. It depends the area. The area is one of the reasons why a house could be expensive. It depends on all of that stuff. And there are some houses here that have sold for $400,000. There are some houses that have sold for $600,000. It depends where you want to live and how much you want to spend in your budget. You may think houses are so expensive. And it also depends if the housing market is the right time for you to buy a house. Don't buy a house if it's not the right time in the housing market, which now it's not the right time. If you're buying a house right now, you're buying a house in the wrong time. You got to take that into accountability. There's a lot of things that you got to take into accountability when you're buying a house. And people think I just think it costs 10K or it costs as little. No, I know how much a house costs, and it depends. And some places have cheap houses and some places don't. Your state may have expensive houses, but if you live in New Mexico, you don't know. If you don't live in New Mexico, then you wouldn't know if there's cheap houses here. Because I saw a house that I could have rented for cheap with 4 bedrooms, but it's outside of my city. But it's still in New Mexico. And a 4-bedroom house somewhere else may be way more expensive than what it was to rent that house here. And to rent it somewhere else could have been easily 5K. And you have to take into the accountability, some states charge more for more rooms than other places. You have to think about that. Your state may have expensive houses, and you can't base off of your prices of houses in New Mexico. That's another thing. You really have to start using your common sense and start telling people they don't know, because it is a lot to get into a house. It's not just saying I have the money to buy a house. You literally have to go through all the paperwork just to even get the house. Stop treating me like I don't know what it takes to buy a house. My parents were renting to own a house in 2001. Hello? If I wanted to, I could go through the process of renting to own a house. I could do that route, right? But I would rather just outright buy the house and own it. My parents were renting to own a house in 2001. The reason being that they did not continue to rent to own the house was because my father had mental health issues, which I've explained, which caused us to have to flee. He had to get help. We had to live with my grandmother, and that's where the downward spiral went. But my parents were renting to own a house. I'm a first-time home buyer. There's a lot of programs for first-time home buyers. I could easily get money off of my house. Easily. I don't even have to pay that much on a house because I'm going to be a first-time home buyer. And plus, if my dad so chooses, if he always says and he never follows through, he could use his veterans discounts and not even have to pay property taxes. Veterans have a lot of help when it comes to buying a house. So on that aspect, we don't even got to worry because we have the VA to help for that, if we so needed to. Right now, I said we need documentation to buy the house. What part of that do you not understand? Thank you for gifting me. I really appreciate it. You have to stop treating me like I have the mentality of a 14-year-old and I don't know how things work. I'm almost 30. I may have never bought a house, but I know how much houses are. Considering the fact that I've looked at houses on Zillow. And I've also looked at houses on other places. Let's not. And it depends on the square footage too. That's something you got to think about, square footage. How much space do you want? Because the more space you have, the more money it's going to cost. The less space you want, the less money it's going to cost. It just depends. You have to start treating people like they don't know. To hire a realtor, they get paid if they sell houses, but you have to have a realtor to look for a good place. I've been driving around everywhere, been looking at areas when we're out, and I'm like, it's time to start looking at some areas that are good areas and find houses in those areas and start buckling down. Once we get the documentation, everything squared away, we have the money, bam, we can start looking for a house. It's gonna be a little more expensive if I say, hey mom, we need to get a house with a pool. That'll really help us. We need to have space for a gym. Put gym equipment in there. We don't gotta go to the gym. We don't gotta go anywhere. We have all of the stuff in our house. I need a room for my streaming. I need a separate room for streaming, and then I need a room to sleep in. And then it's gonna get a little expensive because if my dad wants a room for his office, then I gotta get an office room. That's 5 rooms we gotta get, because 3 of them we're gonna live in and the other 2 are gonna be turned into separate things. Thank you for gifting. What's your question? But you got a lot that you gotta take into it, and that's gonna run up a little pricey. I could get a 4-bedroom and just turn one of the rooms into my streaming room, but I know my father's gonna want a separate room for his business, and I cannot just sacrifice my room, so I'm gonna probably have to get 5. Then on top of that, if it's a house with a pool, that's gonna be even more expensive. Or unless I just buy a house where we can put a pool in later. Because we don't have to have a house with a pool already in it right away. We could get a house where we could be like, oh, well, we might want to put a pool in later. Is that something we could possibly do? Because it might be cheaper that way. You know what I'm saying? Then it'll jack up the price of the house, because the altercations are what literally will jack up the price. And if our house is at that price where it's like, maybe we want to move again, maybe we want to go somewhere else, we can sell the house and make profit. It's like putting your money into land and property, into investments and things like that is more important than trying to tell someone to pay rent and live off of rent. Is that benefiting you? Are you making money off of renting a place you're not owning? What investments do you got? Are you investing your money in stocks? What financial gains are you getting from constantly paying rent to somebody and you're living paycheck to paycheck? If it's not a financial gain, if you're not making money off of it, then I don't see any point about why we all have to rent. Some people probably don't have the means to buy a place, but you need to start budgeting and make sure that you have money, or make sure that you're doing the right things so you don't have to live off of a paycheck paying rent and worrying about being evicted. Because let me tell you something, you don't have to do nothing to be evicted. Your landlord say, I'm evicting you for no reason. You could take your landlord to court, but that takes months. And people don't got months to wait to be taking a landlord to court while they gotta pack up and hurry up and try to find a place. Imagine living in a house and the landlord says, well, I no longer want to rent. I want to sell this house right from under you. It's happened to us several times. I don't want to have to go through the issues of someone burnt down, which that's a possibility. Even in a house too. Oh, one of the neighbors almost burnt down our apartment because she left the stove on next door. Luckily, my dad smelled the smoke. Otherwise, if he didn't, people's apartments would have burnt down. And if you didn't know, apartments don't have insurance. So if you don't have insurance on your apartment, then you're screwed if your valuables burn down in a fire in an apartment. Apartments are not responsible for your valuables. Did you know that? You have to have insurance. I didn't know. I learned that. We went to State Farm and they were like, something happened. And basically they said, if your apartment does not have insurance on you guys, which they didn't, they said you have to get insurance. Because if something happens in your apartment, if the neighbor was to burn down all my valuables, nobody's paying for that. Not even the neighbor, because I'm not insured. So if all of my equipment burnt up in flames, then I'm screwed. Well, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just saying, why would you as a person want to face being told or face the person may not want to rent those apartments anymore. Then they're going to be like, I'm selling these apartments, so you guys got to move and get out. Why would you want to live your life like that and have to worry about you being evicted? Federal workers, as we speak, are having to face evictions. You want to know why? I will tell you why federal workers are having to face evictions, because they're being fired from their jobs because of Trump. And you know what one lady did? She came on here and cried and said that now she's about to be homeless and has to find a place to live with her dog. If she had owned a house, she wouldn't have had to worry, because if she would have been evicted, at least she would have still had her house. Of course, she could have used her house to sell it. She could have mortgaged her house to pay off her bills. She could have done all of that. What's funny is I'm not giving any advice. And saying giving money advice while I'm homeless, first of all, where am I giving advice? I'm just telling y'all from my perspective. That would be stupid as fuck to be telling someone, giving someone fucking advice and then being like, I am not renting anywhere. I am not letting you ruin my name or none of that. I'm going to play this fucking smart because I'm not going to have an eviction on my name. That's what I'm saying. And if you're a dumb, stupid ass bitch that thinks that this is advice, then you're stupid. Do you own a house? So why are you even taking it as advice? You don't own a house. So if I was you and I don't own anything, I would shut the fuck up. This car is not being made payments on. It's owned. At least we own something. Do you? Shut the fuck up. No. And if you say I do, a hit dog's gonna holler. If I was talking to you, I would let you know I was talking to you. I'm not talking to you. So if you respond, then obviously you feel attacked. No one was talking to you, so you don't need to say I do. Jesus Christ. I have zero savings. I don't know where people never listen. Right before we had to leave the place that we got kicked out of, I didn't get paid for, I believe it was 1 or 2 months. If I didn't get paid for 1 or 2 months, what do you think happens when you have money saved and you got bills? Are you gonna leave your money in savings, or are you gonna pay those bills? Someone use their common sense. So if I had to use money for unexpected things because I thought I was getting paid that much with that month, which TikTok never paid me, then that means I had to use the money from my savings for my bills. Here we go again to go back to savings, right? So I had money saved. Because obviously after Comic-Con, I was going to have money saved. Oh, guess what came up? Car expenses, tow fees, all of that stuff that I was clearly not expecting, which thank God I had that money for emergencies, right? So if I had money saved, where do you think that went? To bills? Because especially in times when I don't get paid, like this month, I have no money. And I'm not getting paid this month. Wonderful. Because why every time I save money, there's always some... TikTok needs to be paying their creators properly. I cannot function. I have more than enough money for it to cash out, but it's saying not payable. I'm definitely getting paid next month. But the issue being is that TikTok's going to be banned next month. TikTok is already facing another ban in April. Wonderful. And on top of that, I started rolling in, making money on YouTube. My money's coming in, but I'm not sure when YouTube pays out. And also, it's not letting me link my PayPal to my YouTube account to get the payment, only because for some reason when I go to link my PayPal, it pops up real fast and then disappears, and it just stays loading. So I don't know what's up with it. It's not letting me link my PayPal right now so I could get paid directly, but I'm gonna start getting paid. I'm getting paid for my older videos, so I'm making money there. I just started. It told me to set up my payment stuff because I just got monetized, so it takes a while for them to give me the features to set anything up. So there's that. I'm still getting paid from old videos. I didn't even know that was possible. I thought once you cashed out, you couldn't get paid. No, all my old videos are accumulating money. I don't know if that's gonna be because I just started getting monetized. I think that's why. I don't know if that's how it works on YouTube. You still get paid from old videos, because imagine, that's crazy. Imagine getting paid from old videos and you still get paid. Jeez, YouTube is where it's at. Not this TikTok BS where, we calculate every month. We calculate all the videos for the whole month and they tell you how much you get. No, fuck that. And then you have to wait, and then you don't make money after that. Once you made your money, it's one and done. What if a video goes viral after calculation point? I've had videos do that where they've went viral after, and then what the heck? And then I don't make money. Nah. If a video goes re-viral on YouTube, I don't gotta worry because I'm gonna still be making money off of that. What? Let's common sense, be wise. You better wise up, Janet Weiss. You better think twice, Janet Weiss. From Rocky Picture Horror Show. But there's a lot of things that have to be planned out. So, about that, fuck you. No, they're talking about what's on the car because it won't come off. And we have to figure out how to get the dry erase off because we took it to we used the power washer thing and it didn't come off. So that's why they're talking about on the car. So nail polish remover, we can't do that because it's spray painted. We don't have the spray paint to repaint it back. That's why we have to figure out how to get it off without getting the spray paint off. That's the issue. I don't go viral for negativity. The reason why I have loads of followers was not because of negativity. I didn't start off going viral for negativity. Let these dumb bitches know why I went viral. Can somebody please tell them? What video are you guys asking for me to do? What videos are you asking me to go back to making? Can someone please tell them, because they clearly don't know. Someone needs to tell these stupid ass people what videos you keep asking me to make and go back to doing. Because that's what I went viral for. Some of my first viral videos were photo collages of me and people defending me and not being rude and big bullies, because at the time, none of this drama, none of anything was going on at that time. So I was going viral because of those. Then I started going viral for my boss daughter videos. That had nothing to do with negativity. And because I was getting more views than a certain person, that's why they started all of this. The only reason why they went after me is because they admitted themselves they were not getting the same views and the same viral or the same views or people following them as fast as they wanted to. They was using my situation, which they had a spam account. they had this fake account that they were using and trying to send people to their main account. People was not doing it because they said, we came here for Tophia. We didn't come here for you to promote your other account. That even pissed them off more because they were like, well, what do I need to do to get people to follow me? Because they're following her and not me. And I'm pissed off. I was getting thousands of followers in less than a week. That's how crazy it was. I was getting thousands of followers weekly before I screwed myself up with a video, which I didn't think at the time was like, it was based off of my feelings and I was pissed off at something, and I could have seen where people had an issue with it. But this lady came on the internet, right, which I know everyone has a right to laugh and cope with whatever they want, but she was the one that went viral for her abortion video, saying that I get to unalive another kid again, and then she laughs, which I'm not against abortions. Let's be 100% correct. But there were some comments someone had left and exposed her for lying, came out about her, all of that stuff. And I said it was not cool for her to lie. I had mentioned how my mom lost a stillborn, and people just did not. I lost 2,000 followers in a day. And someone literally had the nerve. I got attacked because of this other video. So there was another video, obviously misogynistic man. I said, if you're packing a Tic Tac, don't send unsolicited nudes on Instagram or something like that, because at the time I kept getting unsolicited. And I said, if you're packing a Tic Tac, don't send me anything on Instagram. I didn't ask for it. The men went crazy. It was verified men saying the most disgusting shit. And one guy even had the nerve to call me worthless. So I said, oh, you're gonna call me worthless? Well, I'm gonna make a video and respond to you. Did not go well. People took it the wrong way. I said, you're worried about what I said, but not the fact that this dude called me worthless. I privated that video. It's still privated. Because I was like, what? Every time I had a response, and this was before all of this stuff had come out, I couldn't respond to nothing because people had an issue. It was just like, I didn't understand, because this dude just called me worthless for no reason. Because he took a personal attack, and I said, men who send unsolicited nudes on Instagram, that's what I said. Men who send unsolicited nudes on Instagram are only packing a Tic Tac. And if these men wanted to reply, it's because they felt hurt. It was because it applied to them. Why are you responding if it doesn't apply to you? You're mad that women are calling you out for sending unsoliciteds? Don't send unsoliciteds. Women are not sitting here saying, show me your nudes. And one guy got so mad to the point where, oh no, I think this was recently, or maybe it was that video. He literally pulled out a measuring tape and took a photo and sent it to me. Who are you trying to prove, sir? What are you trying to prove? You actually pulled out a measuring tape to measure yourself and send. I could not make this up if I tried. What? Help. If you're that bothered by someone, why do you feel that you need to prove that it's not a Tic Tac? You went so far as to pull out a measuring tape just to prove what point were you making? Sending nudes to women that don't want it? That's weird. Oh, subscribers enable me. Just like your mom enabled you to be a bully. How about that? You're here bullying and harassing someone, but your mom enables you because she didn't teach you any better. So you think men fuck pretty women? That's crazy. Sorry about my language. Holy shit. Thank you for the angel fish, whatever it was, the light up fish. The light. That was a cool gift. Men sleep with anything that walks. Remember that. They don't care what you look like. Remember that. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Get it correct. Thank you for subscribing. And if you think that's not true, think again. It's my sister, so the reason why I mentioned it was because I was sick and tired of people saying that it doesn't affect people, because again, my whole point was saying that I understand, because I said it all the time, people are not responsible for triggers, but this lady triggered a lot of people, and then when people politely asked her, she got nasty, and then all of this information came out about her, which was some she lied about, which was not okay to lie about. And I said, people are not responsible for people's triggers online, but if you triggered someone and someone said, hey, take that video down, and it was more than one person, and it was my feelings at the time, because I was so upset, because at that time I had just lost my grandmother, and people were mentioning my dead sister, which is why I brought it up. People started mentioning my dead relatives for no reason. That's why it was brought up also. People always tend to do. If men sleep with animals, then men will sleep with anything, including an animal. Did you know that they tortured and, trigger warning, raped a lizard? I can't. Oh, thank you for the manifesting. This is a true story. This came out around the time people were saying, this is why women choose the bear. This was around the same time people was having that discourse of man versus bear. I'm not comparing myself to an animal. I'm saying men will sleep with anything that walks is not a joke, because they literally sleep with animals. Use your common sense. If you're saying they won't, if you think they care about looks, then you're sorely mistaken. These live streams are always screen recorded, so nice try, liar. It's screen recorded. Nowhere did I mention any of that. That's why my live streams are screen recorded for a reason. And I'm thankful this person screen records all my live streams, because they were like, yeah, I'll screen record for you, because they said you need to screen record your live streams, and I didn't even think about that, but thank you for that specific reason. Ronald is not my dad, so I don't know why you keep bringing him up. That's some random man I do not know. Did I eat today? A little chicken stick thing? I don't know what it was. It had chicken and stuff in it. That's what I ate. And then I made myself a peanut butter sandwich. And I ate the little bit. It was like a little bit of my cheese balls. And then I just ate some potato chips. I am a hungry bitch. I'm a fat, hungry bitch. I would walk into McDonald's and buy the whole meal, the whole menu, and eat it. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna turn into Kirby and suck up all the food. I'll be like, I'm just kidding. No, I won't try Ozempic, because Ozempic is for people that have diabetes to manage their weight, because on diabetes, your weight is very much an issue. Not being overweight or underweight, well, you lose a lot of weight if you're diabetic, or you gain a lot of weight. It depends, I think, but it's more so about weight. That's why people do Ozempic. My brother knows a lot of people at those meets. We're always welcome. So if you think you're gonna try that, it's not gonna work. Do you think they're gonna let someone get hurt? Especially, let's talk about it. They wouldn't even know you. So do you think they would protect you or someone they know? It has nothing to do with that. I'm not saying pull up and fight me and these people will protect me. Stop trying to be on that type of time. If I'm going to enjoy myself and someone starts shit for no reason and I'm just sitting there, they're gonna see it. That's why no one starts shit, because I'm sitting there. I'm not telling people to pull up. This live stream is screen recorded. So stop making it seem like I'm telling people to pull up to these places. You pull up and cause problems when I'm just sitting there, you're gonna look weird. Why are you trying to fight people for no reason? Stop pulling an Angie, please. Or an Ash Trevino. Stop trying to be like, I'ma jump you, I'ma blast you, I'ma fight you. Stop trying to be like Ash Trevino. And then when something happens, 911, I need help. Pop caller. You start drama for no reason, and then you sit here and then try to pull up for no reason. Oh, wow, just because he posted something doesn't mean he does drugs. Use your common sense. My dad takes pictures of everything. He'll ask people for their stuff and then take photos, which I don't agree with, because if he touches that, he's gonna get sick. Because even just touching, if it has drugs in it, like I said, he shouldn't be taking photos of that. I told my mom, because if he gets caught with it, he's gonna go to prison for a long time, and it's not even his. If that's what you think of my father doing drugs in the streets, then you don't know my father, because my father has never done drugs like that. What's wrong with you? Why would you think my father would do drugs like that? And why are you shaming someone on drugs instead of saying, hey, let me give you resources to help your father? Because clearly we're trying to get him help. So why are you shaming people on drugs? You don't give a fuck about people on drugs. Now you're just shaming people, and imagine people that recovered from those drugs, and you're not even providing resources or helping anyone, but being a bitch-ass bully. You're crazy. I think I'm ABQ royalty. Where did I ever say that? I said people like me. You think you're royalty and you're a fucking nobody. That's why you make these usernames, because no one cares about you. You're making these usernames to act out because you think people like you. You wouldn't have to be making fake usernames if people actually liked you. Oh, that's sad. Oh, it's because I mentioned the drugs thing. I gotta get off, but I probably won't come back till later. Have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later. I better hurry up and get off because I just got flagged for mentioning that drug. I forgot that's censored. Have a good day or night where you guys are. Thank you for liking, commenting, gifting, watching, subscribing. I will see you guys later. I gotta get off. Yeah. But have a good day or night. See you guys later. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.